What's up Saab fans around the world, and welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I filmed something, but now it's time again. So today we are doing a brake upgrade, and this has been in the works for quite a while. I haven't had the motivation to film anything, and it has not been relevant either. I have just done some test fitting and a lot of grinding and modifying to get these brakes to fit. It's not completely done, so I'm going to take you along on the last steps, and I'm going to show you everything in detail, how to get this like big brake kit that is, it's not cheap, but it's more affordable than a standard like big brake kit that will cost you like a lot of money. So let's get it going. So let's start with just showing you a garage in total chaos. There are like parts and rims and stuff like everywhere. So as I said, I have really not had the motivation to film or like create content or anything. So I have just taken the hours that I had and just tried to do some work to keep this build going. So the brakes are a pretty important part. So I got some really nice rotors from G-Tech, and you can use the discount code YKDesign to get 10% off on your purchase, which is really nice. So this is like a really Saab upgrade. All the parts that I'm using right here are from Saabs, but they are from different Saab models. So a common big brake upgrade for the OG95, OG93, etc. is to go with the Turbo X brakes. Then you will have a 345mm rotor, and you will have a single piston caliper, which is really nice. It's not either expensive, but it costs you some money, and this is a cheaper, and I think this also will be better. So for the rear we have gone with the standard aero rotor together with the caliper that sits on the car from factory. On the 0405 Aeros there is a 300mm rotor, and it's ventilated. On some older 95s the discs are solid, so this is a really nice upgrade for the rear. And we use some EBC yellow stuff brakes to match the theme, and this is also like a pad that's suited for street use and also track use. So I'm going to run them in the front as well, looking really nice. So they will withstand some heat and can run for quite a while. And we have some racing brake fluid to go with it. So here is a little comparison. This front brake, it's not bolt on 100%. So here is the standard brake caliper and the carrier, and as you can see the CC measurements or the holes are a little bit wider than the OEM Saab. So what you have to do is grind the holes out. I'm going to show you in a little bit. And another thing that is really special, the disc that I'm using is from the start a Turbo X disc, so it's a 345mm disc, just so I can get the correct measurement around the hub and also the correct bolt pattern. So I still want to have 5 times 110 and the hub measurement. So this disc has been machined down to 337mm. Thank you, you know who you are, who helped me. It means a lot. I need that help to get on with the build. So of course these calipers and carriers are pretty massive, and they are dual piston calipers, which will create some more clamping force for the brake disc. So this sits original on the European version of the Turbo 6 NG95. So we have NG95, 93 Turbo X, and the original aero brakes combined like into one. So I need to point this out, that this is like an experimental brake upgrade. I have seen one person do it before, but I don't know myself how good it works. So don't copy it yet. Just watch this video, see what I'm doing, and when I say go, you can do it yourself. So here is the recipe, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And as of right now, I'm just going to assemble the brake caliper again. I'm going to remove everything so you will see what I have done. And I have seen some different ways this carriers has been delivered. Some are machined and some are not. This had just a little bit of machining right here, so I have grinded them out some more to be able to fit them, because this needs to be thinner, and also the hub that we're attaching to needs to be a little bit thinner. So I don't have measurements, but it's a couple of millimeters for both of them. So this side is pretty much done. So this is what it will look like when it's done. The caliper is pretty massive, and the brake rotor is also pretty large. So I think this will look really sick together with my 18-inch wheels that I'm running. And I have got some complaints that don't use black wheels, you don't see the design, and I fully agree. The black was like some temporarily, just to try something out. It matches the theme really good, black and yellow. But these rims looks awesome without the black, and since I plasti dipped them, it was just to rip it off. So I did that with my son. It took like a couple of minutes, and now they are back to where they was before. So will look really nice with the Lorenzo rims together with the slotted rotors. It's kind of the same design, so everything is like the turbine design right here. So now I'm just gonna take off the rotor, and I'm gonna show you what I have done to the hub to make this fit. So here is a little comparison. The original aero disc, or the rotor, that is 308 millimeters, and the new modified disc that are 337. Quite a difference. And here we have some work to do as well. What's really important when you change brakes is to clean this surface off. It needs to be 100% flat. No dirt, no debris. There are some people that just rip off the old brakes, like put on a thick layer of anti-seize or something like that, and that is totally rubbish. You will definitely end up wearing the brakes uneven and not get the most of the performance of the brakes. So clean this surface off. If it's really rusty, grind it off. You can see mine is really clean. You should actually measure this with like one of those indicator clocks. I have done it on my car. So it's a little bit hard to do when you have slotted rotors like I have. So you could measure on this edge right here and then just simply rotate it, and you will get it right and straight. And there are actually serious workshops that install brakes and just throw the old ones off, barely not cleaning, just throwing the new rotor on and call it a day. And it for sure will work, but you will not get it right. So anyways, that has to be cleaned. The brake shield needs to be modified, so I have just cut the outside of it. It's still there because it wasn't too bad. This is usually super rusty, so you need to remove it like everything, and it doesn't really matter, but if it's in okay shape, I would say just cut the outside, because it will protect some heat from the ABS sensor and stuff like that. The other thing to get it to sit properly is to grind out these holes. So as you can see, they are a little bit longer than they was from the beginning, so that the outer measurement, you just simply reuse the old bolts that you had from the beginning. You need to grind this out just a couple of millimeters and you will be good to go. The caliper and the caliper carrier will not go anywhere after you have done this, because you need to grind out just as much as needed to get the caliper on. And then of course you need to do some like fine grinding and stuff like that to get it to sit properly. So as you can see, I have grinded down, taken off some material on this as well. And yeah, it takes some time. I have probably throw on the brakes and take them off like, I think like 4 or 5 times maybe, before I got it right. So now I think I have it right anyways, so now I'm just gonna install everything back. So first the rotor, then the caliper carrier, and then the caliper together with the pads. So let's start to install this back. And also, as of right now, I'm reusing the old brake line, and the caliper should not hang like this. This is just stupid me letting it dangle. But you should like strap it up so it sits tight and doesn't strain the brake line. But anyways, in this case I'm gonna reuse the old brake line, and when I see that everything works as it should, I'm going to order steel braided lines, because that's the way to go when you're going to have a track day car. So now it's time to start to bleed the brakes, and you always start with the caliper that's farthest away from the brake reservoir. So on the Saab it sits right here, so the right rear will be the farthest away, then the left side, then the right front side, and then the left front side. So what I did first was bleed out the brakes because they were just sitting loose. Bleed out all the air and clamp them down so they sit, no air in the system. Then it's just to start from the rear, and now we're gonna bleed out quite some brake fluid and just make sure that the reservoir is full all the time. So we change the complete brake fluid. Of course, this is a really noisy procedure and me running back and forth, so I'm not gonna film too much. New racing brake fluid installed, and the brakes has been bled all the way around. So now they are like solid and they look mighty nice. So the last thing we're gonna do right now is add some color to the caliper because it needs to be yellow. That's just the way it is. So I'm gonna put on some paint, then throw the wheels on and lower the car, and we will see how it looks. Well, looky here. We have touched down. And it looks really nice. You can see how it fills out, but not too big. Really love this look. So now it's just the fact if they will break or not, but let's hope so. But the testing for the brakes will be another day. Now it's super late, so I'm gonna call it a day. And I thought that someone might like this kit right here. So we have two front calipers, the brake discs and the rear brake discs and pads, and there are some material left. So just like refresh them, grind them off a bit, and they will be good to go. So it will be an upgrade for someone. So please leave a comment down below and you can have this kit. You're just gonna have to pick it up, so it's preferably if you live pretty close to me. I will not ship this out. I'm too lazy for that. So if someone wants to pick it up, you're free to leave a comment. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I touched up on all the details regarding the brakes, but if I have missed something, please leave a comment down below, and we will see in the future how this performs, and I will of course tell you later, so you can copy and do the same if you like to. But anyways, as I said from the start, gtech.se, you can use the discount code JKDesign and you will get 10% off your purchase, and you can get drilled, slotted and combination drilled and slotted rotors, just what you like. I prefer just slotted, so there will be minimum chance of they cracking on the track. A drill disc should hold up, and it certainly does, but there is a minor chance that it might crack if it gets too hot, so I prefer slotted. I don't know what you guys like. Type a comment down below. Please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.